fair. It's a bit fair. Your mom pie said dachi. And she bet my BBC because it was so beautiful. Now, Roland Abeka and Santiman started with he likes events, he loves to do production and all. Ro, what would you say about the opening ceremony at Qatar 2022?
Let me say greetings to our viewers and also greetings to Agnes, Margaret.
Margaret,
my bodyguard.
Yeah, bodyguard. Yeah.
This production is so far one of the best, especially in 2022. Now, make us Super Bowl netiso.
Super Bowl's name.
Yes. Now make us Super Bowl netiso, but we also have a very huge and big competition in terms of opening ceremony for a tournament or an event, a sporting event.
Okay.
Because you see, there's that blend. Yes, we know say opening ceremony is a part of some of these sporting events, but then now the concentration and the level of creativity is something that year in year out, if there is a sporting event, not opening ceremony, but the anticipation even for the first day is so high, which is why, in fact, me share FIFA for YouTube crown. The is it Young Cook performance now performing at the opening ceremony is 11 million views even in a day, and this clearly shows the kind of eyeballs that is on the tournament. I will start with the opening ceremony. It's beautiful. In fact, if you're a lover of production, especially live production, you really enjoy and feel proud to even witness that like this particular day, the day the ceremony was ongoing. And even if you find yourself, I'm sure you find yourself in the stadium, you feel more proud. Because it is historic. And from the setups, the display, performances, transitions, camera angles, level of production, even lights. Lights. Oshe production now. Lights need now specific roles they play, especially when it comes to the colors and the lightning. We say the tournament was some specific lights be more projected, as in the Qatari Corona Kasano. Omu use red, and yet that's red, as in wine red, and almost sour kind of blue. That has to do with the whole tournament and some of the stadium colors, and they have the white, so you can clearly see some blend way all the colors that they are displaying.
Like calendar that's this year.
Exactly. This Oshomo flag now, it has this color and it is beautiful. It is very, very beautiful. Her mascot and also project and even
the mascot is becoming popular with the Qatar 2022, especially with the opening.
Yes, the tournament behind mascot introduce. And this one, I think, and how they projected it in a giant form. Our ceremony, is top notch. Look at the fireworks and the display. In fact, unya aerial view, and now the different drone view, drone shots. Now it was super cool. And again, check it. Even production. I'm talking about individual performances. That from Morgan Freeman, the combination of Morgan Freeman and the physically challenged poet now Musa Adenebaya. Now he's also a poet. And when you look at their performance,
that scene was very emotional.
It was very, you see,
very emotional. Very emotional.
States now people are doing psychological war. People are sending statements through creative art. And say this is a wake-up call. In fact, a huge statement no make here. Prior to this tournament, Qatar and especially the United Arab Emirates for UAE for have suffered almost as stigmatization is a tag of them being discriminatory, them banning some people. They are not good people, maltreating even some of the workers that work in there, because even before that, we've heard of so many news of people getting stranded. So they've been doing like almost Sofasa tag for a very long time. And even on the day 2010, now more bid for this particular World Cup, that was one of the things that was used against them. And the fact that LGBTQ plus one also problem these are some of the things that were used against Qatar in order to stop them from hosting the World Cup. And even with the first ceremony, the opening ceremony, I believe say it
is not what it is.
It is not what it is. And the display of Morgan Freeman, any physically challenged guy this is a clear indication. This is a clear indication, say, you see, if you want to tag them as discriminatory, or you want to tag them as people who are not tolerant, or this is the situation whereby in a country where even the able people are more than the disabled, in a very important historic day like this, this is the person that they chose, who is rather a disabled, to lead the front, and who more or less like which is Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman in 2010 led the US. It was the two bid now normal bidding for World Cup for this 2022 World Cup. It was done in 2010, and Morgan Freeman was part of the delegation that led USA for America for bid team now normal bidding for this particular tournament, which they lost. So in Britain and the English press to them, it was a sellout on Morgan Freeman's part. To say all joining Arabians to open up this ceremony to them. So even whilst they were showing this beautiful and very colorful ceremony, if you should see the headlines that some of these people were projecting, it was so appalling to the extent that a whole outfit like BBC was rather showing documentaries of the people who are given bad name to Qatar in terms of
all right, so this is what Roland is talking about now. Morgan Freeman, and his name is actually Ghanim Al Muftar. Ghanim Al Muftar. Yes, Ghanim Al Muftar. That is the name of. He's also a youth icon in Qatar, and I believe this has really brought him to the limelight. Everybody is talking about him. So that is the gentleman you see there, Ghanim Al Muftar. That is the guy there.
And he's studying political science. He wants to be a politician.
No, he's a great guy, obviously.
So we'll be wrapping up. So this is a huge statement that they wanted to send in order to neutralize some of these headlines and all that. And the fact that even prior to the opening ceremony, even the FIFA president, Infantino, even had to come and speak against the fact that some of the people, some of the European countries wanted to even use the LGBT colors in Qatar, which, because it is also haram in Qatar, they had to even ban it at last minute prior to the whole ceremony. And the president also came in to show his support for Qatar, to say that it is also their tradition and people would have to respect it. Even the English national team, I think their captain Harry Kane wanted to wear an armband that has LGBTQ colors.
Because now I've been seeing the Premier League, they've been wearing that.
Yes, exactly. But then they issued a statement and a ban that whoever uses that, because it is against their culture, you either be walked off the tournament, the field, or even shown a red card. Into that was the whole thing in connection to the opening ceremony. So in all, it was, to me, I feel it was very colorful. It was very beautiful. In fact, they've given us 2022. We are getting to the end of the year, and they've given us something that will usher us even into Christmas.
Wow, beautiful review from Roland Amate on the World Cup opening in Qatar. Now that is what we are doing as creative people. This is our area. Share the bits and pieces. Shout outs to Pacorich, Richmond Pacorich. He was telling me, Charlie, or now as a production person, now our feelings are no the cameras because the number of back room hop and as the third master control gadget go up there and no me now. What? Why doing so? Some Rasta come through. I know you are also a backroom guy, and you understand some of these things.
I think, sir, everything it's been rated, sir, it's one of the best. It's all because of planning.
Yeah, and preparation.
And preparation, because even considering Stadium this year, which started 2015, more than 5 years, NHC Stadium. Some of these things, it comes into consideration because Ocheke other World Cups now, the stadium now has already been built. What I say, South African, opening ceremony, Sidada. Ebia renovations, no one near and a bay. But this one, Qatar put up the stadium for the World Cup.
Okay.
And you know, when you check the lighting system, everything
was made purposely for it.
Was made purposely for this. And to me, I'm may share the next World Cup. If say could see another stadium, but lightning, especially with lightning for this whole thing was superb. Superb. Lightning, no Emma, the ceremony, no, you're beautiful. Because even in the stands, no crown.
Yes.
Stands, no light. Yeah, lights.
There's something beautiful about going to these UAE countries. They use light to beautify their place.
Yes.
You're called Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah, mosque. I don't know if you remember. I think I have photos and videos of that mosque. Hey, the mosque light mosque. Shine. So to them, they know how to use light.
Yeah, and to me, one thing I walk up every country is trying to send a message across. Aside here, football, but there's the cultural aspect of it, and take the opportunity to use it to market their countries. And you know, even if Okona first round cry a bonnet bar, some countries are
satisfied.
Yes, because person could make impact be it will draw attention to their friends and country. That's why Ghanaians should be satisfied with the fact that
we are there.
Yes, 64 countries. We are part of it to celebrate the culture now. Qatar very beautiful, and I think say Qatar president in the name football, and I believe say FIFA has a hand in this kind of way. Even in the selection of Morgan Crano, and you know Morgan character, no, it's a play some significant role in this whole presentation because Oshano ne journey career as an actor now, he's been playing some positive kind of roles.
Okay.
Like him, Adiana Obeye,
the figure he
yes, and he him crown will play bear God role crown about 3 or 4 movies. It's a symbolic man or not to the whatever message that Omokrati and selection of him no Ankasano was excellent. That was one thing I mean many because only pana obefa no. A lot should be said about that person and link it to whatever you want the person.
You know he looks like Kofi Annan.
Oh yeah. That
he looks like Kofi Annan.
Yes. And you know, I feel say every country should take this advantage to market in the country. And more Ghana for Nabaso.
I don't know if my producer is trying to tell me something with the image.
Gloves not
with the image he's showing me. I have a feeling my producer is trying to send us a message with the image, but we get a code later.
Wrapping up with Name Kaseyambo Ghana, the entire football association and the team now are more using
Fugu.
And name because
Ocheke. You can talk about that too. I don't know if Patrick, you guys have the photos of our Black Stars arrival in Qatar in their traditional fugu. Where if you guys have it, you can show that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that is also worth commending. Yes.
Ocheke.
Was suit and tie.
But with this, and then one of the picture, the day are you? Let me even the day are you kind of dressing now, and with the fugu no, yes, share ochena it was style like say you are coming for peace. It was style like say call war.
Oh, okay.
And the captain of the team, no star, no represent war. Say they have come. Oma baso mo beko.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, intino. And you share Kinkena a goom, you know, sir, beyond the return, a womb, and visit Ghana, and so a woman. Intino, Yamo Mabaso say for sure with this one they've done a great.
They got it right.
Yeah, they got it right. And me check scratch and say yes, so call official. FIFA Twitter handler and no any the most trending friends a picture welcoming winning you know yetimi enya
I've seen some international media platforms also projecting that aspect of
that say they are selling
well yenya ningna right say it means there is something good ahead for us. It's yetimi our arrival right na kia could not pack this one. Yetimi goes back to me. It's right. That be a good. Could the opening ceremony quick one now? You're moving on to the next business.
Yeah, it was beautiful and colorful. And you remember, and in a sea, Mabobia so lighting and Yamaniama how it tells you for over 12 years. I know more pushes say on Bekusti a and they were preparing. They were prepared, and how finally, by me, Niama, me and Sabina, I am on the night, I am Marcel Desailly bringing the trophy, you know, the Ghana in him. I felt proud, say, Ghana feature or honor.
No, you know when I saw, I didn't believe like. This looks like someone I know.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, this is Marcel.
Yeah, so Ghana, ye Kobina, ye sang, ye chrome, near so FRB, a general.
Ye chrome.
Oh, say,
Marcel.
that's not what you
it's naturalized for by Ghanaian. Yes, tonight a honor, so not manager was say. Marcel Desailly the trophy number. Now, me ya no more ya doing say Ghana beat me. Agino. And say Chrome Nina dear body and then ya ben. And now Sheikh Tamim. That is the overlord of Qatar. Also, I think he was the man of the night, but when he appeared, the crowd, the way
of course,
they cheered him up, no. Now it was beautiful. And you know one controversy was surrounding the Ukraine say Blatter Beka say it was wrong for Qatar to host this World Cup because of human rights records, how they treat migrants and their issues against this LGBT and not more before that, not one of their